Hey, everybody, and welcome in. It's the Poor Man Fantasy Football League podcast. We're the fantasy football show that gives you a peek inside the life and times of our Dynasty League. I'm your host, Mike. With me, as always, is my good friend, Andrew. And this week only, we will be breaking down the NFC division and placing a final bet heading into the Super Bowl. It is Wednesday night, February 4th. Andrew, how are you doing?
Good. And yourself?
Good. We're still experiencing some exceptionally warm weather, which is fantastic, and I'm loving that.
Yes.
It's all wet. It's giving me false hope for an early spring.
No.
Because we know it's coming, right? Like the foot is...
There'll be the last 2 weeks of February, the first 2 weeks of March will probably be back in the minus 20s. I'm going to project.
Okay.
And we'll probably get at least one more big
snow dump,
snowstorm or two. Like they're projecting this weekend for Toronto, a big snowstorm and minus 30.
That's Toronto. That's the East Coast. Those guys don't usually get this. That's why
they don't.
We get good weather, they get bad weather, right?
Yes.
Somebody's got to take it. Somebody has to take it on the chin.
But yes, hopefully this Sunday will be still nice and warm because I plan on being in shorts and a t-shirt.
Okay, here is the 7-day forecast for Edmonton, according to Environment Canada and the Weather Network, just to compare. So this Sunday is partly cloudy and a high of 4. We are tomorrow high of 9, Friday high of 6, Saturday high of 6, Sunday high of 4, Monday high of 0, Tuesday high of 0. Yeah, like no, that's fantastic. This is wonderful. The lows overnight are minus 7 on Tuesday, but 0 for most part. No, maybe later. Let's see. What is the Weather Network forecasting? What's their 7 day?
Probably about the same.
Pretty close to the same. We've got 7 days. Oh, what is that? Well, that's weird how they line this up. Showing it hourly. That's too much information. Just give me the average. It still looks really warm. They're saying Wednesday night, late Wednesday night, there's a chance of 1 centimeter of snow. It looks really good.
Yep.
Wow. For the entire month of February, they're projecting an average high of minus 4 for the month of February.
Okay, so if we're starting off the first week and a half of at least above 0.
I mean, you're going to be below 0, but you're not going, nothing is minus 10. That's nothing. Minus 10 is nothing. I'll take it.
I suppose.
Yeah, I'll take it. All right. Okay, so a couple quick things in the news. It is Super Bowl weekend. It's coming up. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. Looking forward to our celebration. We're going to get together at Boston Pizza's Lounge.
And who's playing again? I can't remember who the hell plays.
It's the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots, the Pat Riots.
That's right. 2 teams that nobody really cares about.
That's right. I've seen some great comedy sketches online making fun of both teams, mostly the Patriots. People are still very familiar with the success of the Patriots recently under Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. So them being back in the Super Bowl isn't winning them any favors, but whatever. Other football news, the Arizona Cardinals and the Las Vegas Raiders have found their coaches. I don't know their names, and I could care less at this point. I just hope that they do good things for those teams to bring us fantasy points.
I think the Raiders will be a better team next year. But having said that, I think everybody has said that the last few years that, the Raiders will be better next year. The Raiders will be better next year. Well,
okay, so they're rock bottom. They have the first overall pick. In theory, the only way is up. Even if they've got the 102 pick, it's still an improvement over last year.
Yeah.
All right, so wish them all the best. But why we're here tonight is we're gonna blow through the NFC divisional breakdowns. Spoiler alert, I did really well. So let's get through this. NFC North, that's your Detroit, Minnesota, Green Bay, and Chicago. And I am crushed on how this season went for this division. As a Lions fan, I was not expecting the BS that happened. So here we are. Detroit finished 15-2 last year, followed by Minnesota 14-3, Green Bay 11-6, and Chicago 5-12. I projected again 15-2. You thought 13-4 winning the division. You thought Minnesota would be better. You had them going 13-4, tying, but Detroit getting the win. I had Minnesota going 11-6.
Yeah.
Green Bay 10-7. You had them 8-9. I had Chicago going 7-8. You actually were very optimistic with them going 10-7. You were the closest in this prediction, in the sense that Detroit finished last in the division 9-8. Minnesota 9-8, one spot ahead of them. Green Bay in the 2 spot at 9-7-1. And then Chicago winning the division somehow, 11-6. Freaking ridiculous. What a turnover.
I think they're another team. Do I see them going backwards next year? No. Well, yeah, yes and no. I think the talent will still be there.
Yeah.
They'll still be a good team, but I don't think they'll get 11 wins next year, just because I think Minnesota should have a better year next year. Detroit really should have a better year next year. So a couple of those wins that Chicago may have taken from, like one from Detroit and one from Minnesota, they might lose next year. So that puts them back down at like 9-8 type deal. So
all 4 of these teams had great years in the sense that they were all strong. They made mistakes. Yes. They lost games that they could have won. 9-8, 9-8, 9-7-1, and 11-6.
I think this is the most
competitive.
A parity.
Yeah, the teams are equal.
They're all on the same. Yeah.
It's gonna be wild. Okay, let's do the fantasy lineups. So here we go.
Yes.
Quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, and flex. I took Jared Goff. He was number 2 in this division with 367. You took J.J. McCarthy, who missed a good chunk of the year, 153 points. Caleb Williams actually took it at 370, beat out Jared Goff by 3 points.
Yep.
Running back, I took Josh Jacobs. I did not pick Gibbs, which was a silly thing. I'm not even sure what I was thinking back then. Josh Jacobs was the number 2 running back. He had 216. You picked Aaron Jones with 103. Jahmyr Gibbs with 326 as the number 1 running back. So almost 110 points more than the number 2.
Yeah, I think you were thinking the touchdowns.
Well, I had to have been thinking that Josh Jacobs was going to score touchdowns, but he had injuries and anyways. Wide receiver, I picked Amon St. Brown, 265. He was the number 1. DJ Moore was your selection at 146. Tight ends, I went TJ Hawkinson. He got me 87 points. Oop-de-oop. You picked Colston Loveland, who ended up being, as a rookie, the number 1 in this division at 136. Congratulations.
Yes.
And then I thought I was taking a very sneaky, smart pick in Justin Jefferson, who didn't finish in the top 10 as my flex play. He had 160 points. You picked David Montgomery. David Montgomery, who did not see a lot of the game, got 155.
Yep.
And a big surprise here, the number 1 flex option was DeAndre Swift, 210.
Yeah. That's why I think the Bears will still be talented, but they might not get the same number of wins. They'll be as talented, just not as many wins, I think. They'll lose out some close games.
I got to admit, I am worried. Like, Ben Johnson is a great offensive mind. Now that he's figured out a good rhythm, they won the division. They've got to be feeling pretty optimistic about what their future looks like. Yeah. I just hope the other teams, particularly the Lions, make an adjustment. Okay, so that said, I earned 1,095 points. You earned 693. I got the win. The series at this point is 12-9. Let's move on to the NFC South. That's your Tampa Bay, your Atlanta, your Carolina, your New Orleans. Talk about trash.
Yes.
All right, so last year, Tampa Bay finished 10-7, followed by Atlanta, 8-9, Carolina, 5-12, New Orleans, 5-12. So I projected 11-6 for Tampa. You went 9-8. I projected 9-8 for Atlanta. You went 9-8. Carolina, I said 8-9. You said 4-13. New Orleans, we thought was going to.
I still think they're trash.
They kind of are. We'll talk about that in a second. New Orleans, I thought they'd go 2-15. I thought these guys were toast. They did better. You said 2-11. Here's how they finished. Tampa Bay, 8-9. Atlanta, 8-9. Carolina, 8-9. And New Orleans 6-11 with that dumpster fire of a roster.
So you were right with Carolina, but
I
think they're trash.
I'm surprised they did as well as they did. I expected them to get the wins essentially from in division, but they beat teams outside of the division to get these wins.
Yeah, and this is where I've talked about it the last couple of years or the last couple of weeks. Lawrence.
Lawrence.
Bryce Young. Sorry, was very inconsistent.
Yep.
Up and down, up and down, up and down. Of all the teams that are in this division, I think Carolina has the highest ceiling.
Really?
I think so.
Ooh.
If Bryce Young can get consistent, because I think Tampa Bay's on their decline.
Yeah, they're on the decline. They're the aging team.
Yeah, Atlanta.
It's quarterback question for me. They got all the other talent they need,
but they have all their eggs in really one or two baskets.
They got Bijan. They got Drake London. I think they've got the offensive weapons. I just don't know if Michael Penix is.
They got the two guys. I don't think Pitts is. I think Pitts is probably
gone this year. I think he's free agent.
Probably, or like he's been not a big disappointment, but he's been a disappointment. Not consistent enough. Their quarterback on the field is a revolving door. I can't see them unless they miraculously do something in the offseason and that team comes together. I think the division is Carolina's to lose.
Okay, so we still have free agency to hit, and we still have the draft to go through. So as of right now, the teams I'm most excited for is I think New Orleans has the biggest opportunity for improvement for next year. What they showed at the end of the season with Tyler Shuck, Chris Olave.
Yeah, I think you're right. That the young group surprised a lot of people.
I think Tampa Bay is showing its age. I liked the games when Carolina hit, when like Tedero McMillan was on it, when Chuba Hubbard and Rico Dowdle were on it. Like when that team was moving, you could see that there was opportunity here, and then they just fall apart. Like they just didn't have. I'm not even sure what you would say. They just didn't have it all the time. Like they were inconsistent, but they just didn't seem like they played well. And then Atlanta, I think, would be the best team in this division if they had a reliable quarterback. If Kirk Cousins was the guy and consistent, if Michael Penix was the guy and consistent, I think everything about that team says that this is the team that would win it. But I think Kirk Cousins is going to be gone, and I don't know if Michael Penix, how healthy he's going to be.
Could be a situation where they draft another quarterback again.
It could be. It very well could be. Like I wouldn't put it past them. All right, let's talk fantasy lineups. Yep. So quarterback, I took Baker Mayfield. You took Michael Penix. That killed you. Yes. Baker Mayfield got me 324. He was the number one in the division. You took Michael Penix. He got you 137. We both picked Bijan Robinson. He was number one at 327. Drake London was number 3, the number 3 wide receiver in this group, which I thought is pretty wild, but he missed a lot of games. Chris Olave was number 1 at 219. I picked K. Dotton. He got me 93 points. You picked Kyle Pitts, even though you didn't really like Kyle Pitts. He was actually like a top 3 tight end this year, mainly off of 60 points in one game. But number 1, 167. And then the flex plays. I picked Mike Evans, who got me 70 points because he missed almost the entire year.
Yeah.
You picked Emeka Abuga, who went super nuclear in the first couple weeks and then lost whatever he had with Baker.
All his momentum, yeah.
Yeah, but he did get you 164. The best flex play, however, was Rico Dowdle at 195. Now, this matchup was close. I finished with 981. You finished with 962.
I think this was the closest of all of them, wasn't it?
It was it. Was it? I think there's one more that was pretty close, or maybe that was it. Yeah, there's one more that's pretty close. This was the closest of them, but there's another one that's still pretty close. So again, I brought it up to 12 and 10. Moving on to the NFC East. That's your Philly, your Washington, your Dallas, your New York. Philly won the division 14 and 3. last year in 2024. Washington went 12-5. Dallas went 7-10. New York went 3-14. So how we projected it this year, I said 3-14 for Philly. You said 3-14. They finished 11-6. Did win the division, but they didn't look like themselves.
No, and how they manufactured 11 wins on the way they looked shocks me
extremely. Because Barkley wasn't hitting. Devontae Smith wasn't hitting. A.J. Brown definitely wasn't hitting. But Dallas Goedert was an absolute dream.
Yeah. And even Jalen Hurts didn't seem like he was running the ball as well as he was in years past.
No.
Like even the goal line pushes.
Push.
Like it wasn't it didn't almost when you saw them line up, it was like are they going to make it or are they not going to make it? Like it wasn't like in years past you'd be like, oh well, this is a waste.
Yeah.
He's going to get it, but even this year it was in doubt. I think some of the times when they were lining up to do it, even like on third down or fourth down when they would line up that formation, I was always thinking, are they going to actually make it or is the defense going to stop them?
Because they're just not looking like themselves, right? You can see
exactly. They weren't dominating like they had in the past.
Okay.
That and everybody lines up to defend it now.
Well, people are figuring it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Washington, they finished 12-5 in 2024. I thought they'd repeat going 12-5. You said 13-4. They finished 5-12. I would attribute that mainly to Jaden Daniels' injury and him not being behind center for most of the season.
Yeah. That whole team kind of, at one point or another, that whole team at every position was hurting.
Yep.
Wide receiver, running backs,
tight ends.
Yes. Like even on their defense, they had some significant injuries that affected their final outcome. They're a better team than 5-12. I expect them to bounce back next year too.
I'm actually really worried about them. I'm curious to see what they do in free agency and in the draft, because they do have a lot of aging talent that they relied upon, and they didn't turn to their youth to develop them this year like I thought they would have. So
good point.
I'm hoping that they're not aging themselves out, that they maybe, put some life back into this franchise.
Sure.
All right, and then Dallas. I think Dallas finished 7-10. I thought they'd be better at 8-9. You thought they'd be worse at 6-11. They did go 7-9-1.
So we split it.
I think Dallas is still better. Like their offense was moving, but their defense couldn't really go until the end of the season, where they were actually able to stop people.
I think it's, if I look at their season, I look at the season and I look at it almost two different seasons within the season.
Okay.
The first half they just seemed unorganized and disarray. The second half they started putting some games together, and looking like the Dallas team that people thought that they might be. Like the offense was consistent, the defense was starting to play. Like even though they lost Parsons to Green Bay, Micah Parsons or Micah Parsons, like they had somebody else halfway through the years kind of start filling in to take his spot.
They did trade for that New York Jets guy.
Yeah, but it was like you gave up that great big contract, and somebody else stepped up. Mm-hmm. Not to say that the guy was as good as Parsons, because he's not, but they got the job done.
And now they have a bunch of draft capital to help rebuild. Yeah,
exactly. So I think they had like 2 seasons within the one, and for them to walk away from the season to say the second half was our potential, and let's build on that for next year.
Yeah,
I still think the owner's crazy and is going to screw things up in the offseason and draft.
So there's going to be some changes there.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're able to build that
momentum. Does the coach get the autonomy he should get? Or does Jerry Jones kind of sit there playing his banjo with only 2 teeth left and try destroying the team some more? Yeah.
Maybe. Actually, probably. New York Giants. They went 3-14. I said they'd go 4-13. You said 5-12. They did go 4-13, but
good for you.
That wasn't like in spite of themselves. There were so many games they lost, but they were winning up until the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they shocked me this year. I think on the field they look better than they have in years past.
Okay.
Again, I think maybe a few injuries here and there could have stemmed the tide for them, but I think their ceiling is higher, especially now with a new coach and new management and everything.
Okay.
They could bounce back.
Well, I hope they do, because they showed some real promise. Cam Scadaboo, Theo Johnson, Wandale Robinson, Malik Neighbors, Jackson Dart, and now John Harbaugh is the new head coach, right? So there's some things to be optimistic about.
With Harbaugh coming in, this team could maybe not next year take a big jump, but the year after. Let him get his offense and his culture and all of his playbooks and everything in place. They take this year to learn it all, and then next year they could be monsters of the Midway again.
Year 2 Giants under John Harbaugh could be really exciting.
Yes.
All right. Let's talk about the fantasy lineups. So comes down to quarterbacks. I took Jalen Hurts. He got me 347. You took Jaden Daniels. That hurt you because of his injury. You only got 130. Dak Prescott was number 1, though, at 378.
See, that's what I say. Like, the team was at Jekyll and Hyde. Like, what the heck?
Well, he had a great, for the most part, Dak Prescott was reliable week in and week out. If he wasn't CeeDee Lamb, then it was George Pickens, or it was them both.
Yeah.
Okay, Saquon Barkley. We both picked Saquon. He got us 213, but he wasn't number 1. Javonte Williams of the Dallas Cowboys was number 1. 223 points.
Big surprise, though. I don't think anybody would have called that.
No. Definitely would not have called my shot on Javonte Williams.
Yeah.
Wide receiver. I took CeeDee Lamb. You took Terry McLaurin. CeeDee Lamb got me 163. McLaurin got you 95. But George Pickens was number 1 at 241. So 3 Cowboys. Top of the list here. All right, let's talk tight ends. I picked Jake Ferguson. He got me 144. You picked Zach Ertz. He got you 100. Dallas Goedert, 155. I picked up the number 2 tight end.
Yeah.
You missed out because, again, Zach Ertz got hurt.
Yeah.
And nobody was expecting the amount of touchdowns that Dallas Goedert got. So good for him. And then when it came down to flex plays, I picked Malik Neighbors, who got me 48. He was gone early with an injury. You picked Cam Scadaboo, who also left early with an injury, but accumulated you 115 points.
Yeah. Had he been consistent the whole year?
Oh, dude, he would have been the number 1 running back probably, not just in this division, but would have been top 3 in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had some monster weeks.
Yeah.
I was actually really nervous watching him do that. I'm thinking like, oh my goodness, because I remember like you picked him of all people to pick. Like you picked Cam Scadaboo, but
it's just his running style. He is
violent.
not for long in this league.
No,
maybe 4 or 5 years, and his body will not be able to maintain it.
I hope he makes it to his second contract.
But the guy is a beast.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be fun to watch. He is.
Yep.
Okay, so flex plays. Number 1 would have been Saquon Barkley in the flex spot, but we had already selected him. So it next moves to A.J. Brown at 181. As the A.J. Brown owner, it did not feel like he earned 181 points for me this year.
No.
It was scary.
Because there was games where he only got just a few points.
Yeah, like 1. He had a couple games where he just completely busted you.
Yeah.
All right. I finished at 915. You got 653. Now it's time for the last NFC West division. The Rams, the Seattle Seahawks, the Arizona Cardinals, and the San Francisco 49ers. So last year, the Rams won the division 10-7. Seattle won the division, I think, last year 10-7.
Yeah.
Or the Rams, whatever, 10-7, and then Arizona 8-9, San Francisco 6-11. Injury plagued. I had the Rams going 8-9 this year. You had the Rams going 11-6. Very optimistic. And they did finish 12-5. Did very well.
You got an error on San Francisco.
Also, where?
Because they did not finish 3-14 this year.
Where did they finish?
They probably went 14-3.
No, they didn't make the playoffs.
San Francisco made the playoffs.
Did they?
They were the 3 teams that made the playoffs.
That's right. Well, so then it had to be. They probably finished 12-5, and it was the Cardinals that finished. Oh, gotta look it up.
Yes.
Finished 3-14. And I just put them in the wrong spots.
Yes.
Okay. All right. 12-5 is how the Rams finished. Seattle. I had them going 6-11. You had them going 7-10. They finished 14-3, number one in the division. Number one in like crazy. Who knew? Sam Darnold. Arizona. I thought Arizona would be better this year, 11-6. You had them going 10-7. They did get better with Jacoby Brissett at QB, but they only finished, say, 3-14.
Yeah.
San Francisco, I had them going 10-7. You said 6-11. They finished 12-5.
Yep. Again, these teams all, to me, overachieved, and they'll flatten out next year.
We shall see. Fantasy lineups. I took Kyler Murray. You took Kyler Murray, of all things. We both got 92 points. Yay for us. Matt Stafford was number one, though, at 443. The number one quarterback in all of football. Running back. I picked Christian McCaffrey, number one in all of football at 364. You had Kyron Williams, who was number two in this division, at 243. When it came to wide receivers, I picked Marvin Harrison. Only got me 107. You picked Puka Nacua at 310. He was number one, not just in this division, but in all of football. I picked Trey McBride. You picked George Kittle. Trey McBride was number one in all of football, 253. George Kittle was number two in this division at 133. And then Kyron Williams is who I picked. So we canceled out each other with Kyron Williams at 243, and then Trey McBride at 253. So the big deciding factors here, I earned 1,059. You got 1,031. So it was CMC and Marvin Harrison versus Puka Nacua and George Kittle, because everybody else canceled themselves out.
Yeah.
That was a decider. So really close. And that officially brings the season 12-12. Which leads us into
former Andrew.
Summer Andrew is not as good as mid-season winter Andrew when it comes to football betting.
Summer Andrew's going to keep his mouth shut next summer.
All right.
Not make any stupid bets.
Speaking of bets.
Yes.
Place your bets now! Come on! Quick! Bet!
Now, because we have a season-long bet battle, and you decided that you wanted to go into the Super Bowl and not have, I don't know, we had like
bets.
20 some odd bets last year, most of them which were like janky bets. They're just weird. You just wanted to be one and done.
Yes.
So you put it out there to the listeners, to the league, the dudes in the league, and said, guys, give us your ideas. Do you want to tell the boys and ladies at home? What did you select?
Gabe basically summed it up. He goes, we're in a fantasy thing. We're in a pick'em. Do a pick'em. Do a fantasy lineup.
Okay.
A one and done. So that's what we went with. So thank you for Juan and Gabe for spitting out some ideas. They both kind of had the same concept. Juan just kind of built onto it. So we will now pick for the championship. The whole enchilada.
Here it is. We're going to do a fantasy pick'em where we pick a quarterback, a running back, a wide receiver, a tight end, a flex, and a defense. So it's 6 things from only 2 teams in the Super Bowl. Andrew, because you lost the last quote unquote bet, this is the selection that you chose. You get the first pick. Very curious to see where you go.
Take a JSN.
Oh, okay.
Taking him so you can't have him.
Yeah, that makes sense. He was the better of the choices. Well, I'm going to do this to you then. I'm going to pick Kenneth Walker.
Dang it. Okay. I'm taking Hunter Henry.
Oh, damn it. No, that was my next sneaky pick, you turd. Oh, dang it. Dang it all to heck. Well, that's a bunch of poo-poo. Because that leaves me with like AJ Barner. Oh, I was so not thinking you were going to do that. That sucks.
I strategically did mine to say, what does Mike want?
I know what
and
I want.
I got to pick them first.
Yeah, you got to pick those first because I'm gonna
And
shoot
my
for
next pick, if you don't take it, might seals it.
Yeah, I'm going Seattle defense.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm taking Pat's defense.
Okay, cool.
They had like 20 points last week.
It's because they played
12
against a
or
team that
13
couldn't
points
move the ball
Yeah.
in the middle of winter.
hopefully-
Yeah, I'll take Seattle, who has the number one defense in all of in football. So
Okay, so
I got Seattle. You got the Patriots.
Ooh.
Do I do it now?
Got to find the running back now.
I'm going Ramondre Stevenson as my flex.
Ooh. No, get out of that app. You took Walker, and then you took
Ramondre Stevenson, running back, as my flex play.
I got no option, but I got to take Henderson as my other running back.
That's right. Travion.
Who has had flashes.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So
you're up next.
So I'm going to go Diggs. Stephon Diggs is my wide receiver. Before you slap him into your flex.
He was not my flex.
Really? I'm curious to see who that is then.
I'm going out on a limb because
Yeah.
I think this guy is going to have a big game.
Yeah.
I'm taking Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp. Okay, so I thought it might have been Kupp or Keyshawn Boutte.
Because I think Kupp will get the end zone work. So.
Oh, possible. Yeah, possible. Okay. So that's. Oh, so I can choose a quarterback or a tight end. Well, I know my tight end is AJ Barner. And I thought for sure you would have picked a quarterback by now. I was anticipating you were going to do that. I'm actually happy at this point with either QB. I am concerned with Drake May because apparently he does have a shoulder injury going into this game. So I'm going to risk it all and go Sam Darnold.
Damn it. I should have kept Kupp to the end. I mean, I got no choice. I got May.
Yeah.
And considering I have said I think the Patriots win the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I think Seattle wins by two big TDs.
See, I think the Patriots win because A, defense, and B, if Drake May isn't hurt, he could have a big game.
He can throw that ball.
Chuck that ball to Henry all night long.
Oh, I'm gonna be so burnt by that.
And then just have Henderson bloop out into the end zone and dump it over to him.
Okay, so tell me, who was your perfect lineup?
My perfect lineup was, this is exactly how I had it written down on my piece of paper.
Okay.
JSN.
Yep.
Walker.
Yep.
Darnold.
Yep.
Kupp, Henry, Pats.
Wow, you did really good. So you didn't get Darnold, didn't get Walker. The only two things I blocked you from. You had everything else you wanted. Because mine was Darnold, Walker, JSN, Henry. I had no idea who the best flex play was going to be. I didn't think Ramondre Stevenson was going to be an option, so I'm happy with having that. And then Seattle, I think Seattle is going to be the better defense. Well, this is great because we didn't actually share a lot of similarities. Yeah, I don't know. This is exciting.
Gonna take a picture of this.
Of your sticky note?
No. Of the screen.
Of the bet?
Yeah.
Okay.
This way on Sunday we can
Are you going to make it your home screen?
When I win, yeah. When I win, I'm going to make this as my home screen. I'm going to crop a little crown on top.
All right. Okay. Well, hey, it's going to be a good time. We're going to drink some beers. We're going to eat some wings. We're going to tell some stories. We're going to win some prizes. It's going to be awesome.
Lots of wings, lots of wings.
Yeah. I haven't had like real hot wings in a while. The hot wings I had down in Mexico were weird and not exactly what I wanted in hot wings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only good Mexico wings was that one trip.
Yes, that was those when we got to eat them by the pool. Oh
Yes.
man, that was a good time.
I've never had good wings in Mexico other than that one time.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Even
retirement
in Jamaica, they were brutal. Bali, they were brutal.
Okay.
Because they get all weird, saucy.
They're pigeons. I don't know. They're not chickens.
Yeah.
They're seagulls. They're
Well,
whatever.
we'll get our 3D
birds.
printer chicken wings from Boston
nasty.
Pizza.
That's exactly what we'll get. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining us. Enjoy your weekend of football.
Yes, enjoy your Super Bowl. Stay safe.
Yeah.
Don't drink and drive. Don't do something stupid like that.
Yeah. Play it smart.
Enjoy the game. And cheer for Andrew to win the crown.
Yeah, Andrew really needs this win. Yep, he really needs this. He's got
Andrew needs to pick up his spirits.
As in like booze, right? That's what you mean by spirits?
Well, no, like I told you before, I might not even be drinking this weekend. So
Okay, well, we'll figure that out because, man, I got a bed in the basement. Is this right over here? It's hiding behind the Christmas tree.
I think I've drank the last 5 years enough to last.
Okay, yes. Yeah, we've poured you out of that bar.
Yes.
It'll be good. All right, folks, thank you very much. Remember, from one poor man to another, if it's not fun, it's not worth doing. Good night, everybody.
Have a great week, everybody.